Today we're taking a look at a PC powered by an RTX 4070 thanks to Gigabyte AORs. So let's see how this PC performs in games, general tasks, as well as content creation. Let's get into it. So today we'll be taking a look at this beast of a PC that sort of falls into the mid to higher tier in terms of pricing, but provides you with a lot of power to play almost any game that you want on high settings and allows you to use it for content creation as well. So let's get into it. In terms of parts, we have the Gigabyte AORs B760i motherboard with an Intel Core i7-13700KF, the Deepcool LS520 SE to cool that, 32 GB of G.Skill Trident Z DDR4 RAM clocked at 4000 MHz, the Cooler Master 850 watt power supply, a few SSDs, and then of course the main show, the Gigabyte RTX4070 12GB OC edition. Now I know the RTX 4070 hasn't been getting a lot of love lately, especially because of the price to performance ratio, but the RTX 4070 is still a really capable graphics card, and if you need DLSS, RTX, and NVENC encoding, then this is still a really great option for you. So when it comes to the performance of the PC, it has been able to handle anything that I throw at it, whether that was editing videos and pictures and even playing games, with some games even running at 4K really easily, which I've never been able to do in the past with any of my setups. This PC, just out of a user experience level, is really amazing. It allows you to play almost any game that you want to without having to worry too much about tweaking the settings to make games run at an acceptable level, which is never a great place to be. You just want to be able to fire up your favorite game and have it run, and this is what this PC provides you. Games like Apex Legends I can play in 4K and still get above 144 frames per second, and with other titles, depending on how graphically intense they are, you will still get amazing performance out of them. But here are some benchmarks of this PC in a few popular games. Now what's great about a setup like this is the ability to do more than just gaming. You can use it for content creation to edit photos and videos on, and you can use it for so many other things like Blender, Unreal Engine, or engineering work if needed as well. Now I do love the design of this card. It looks really clean. It has a 3-fan design with a blow-through design at the end, and in terms of RGB there isn't really a lot of it, and the RGB on the fans only goes on when the fan starts spinning, so in idle and on less demanding tasks you will probably never see your RGB on this graphics card. You can also install Gigabyte Control Center to change your fan curves and even match the RGB of everything in your setup, even if it isn't Gigabyte, which made matching my RAM and AIO cooler to the rest of the setup extremely easy. Now if you are someone who likes a really flashy RGB setup, then this graphics card is probably not going to be the best for you unless you push it to its limits and have those fans spin at all times. But if you're someone like me who likes a little bit more of a sleek, minimal looking setup with not a lot of RGB, then this is a really good option for you because the RGB only goes on when the fans are actually spinning. Now for me personally, I think this card needs to be looked at for what it is and not for its price to performance ratio. You get a really powerful GPU that can play almost any game that you throw at it without having to worry about your settings too much. You're able to just boot up your favorite games and enjoy them, and that, for me at least, is worth it because you're spending less time in menus and more time in the actual game itself. You also don't need an entire power plant to run this graphics card, but you still get that 12 gigabytes of VRAM headroom, which is really important, especially in all of these modern day titles, which require more than 8 gigabytes of VRAM. If you pair this graphics card with a good motherboard, RAM, and CPU, you could actually build yourself a really decent gaming or working setup without breaking the bank too much. And for all those reasons, the RTX 4070 is actually not a bad choice for gamers or content creators as well. But what are your thoughts on the RTX 4070 or the 40 series in general? Are you staying Team Green, or are you looking for better alternatives over at Team Red or even Team Blue for that matter? Let me know down in the comment section below, and then as always, until next time, cheers.